This is Gail, and welcome to my Bodacious channel where we're going to talk about a cheap and easy DIY Christmas ornament. It's a budget holiday gift. So if you're looking for a cheap and easy but meaningful Christmas ornament gift, you're in the right place. Now, I hear some music from somewhere. I don't know what's up with that. So, hi, my name is Gail, and welcome to my channel where today we are going to talk about a cheap and easy DIY craft. Let me go turn this off because I don't know what's going on. Oh, I see. I triggered my other computer here somehow. That wasn't supposed to happen. So let's start that again, shall we? We're talking about a cheap and easy DIY Christmas ornament. It's a budget holiday craft. So if you're looking for a cheap and easy, meaningful gift this Christmas, this holiday season, you're in the right place. So come and craft with me live as I show you how to make a budget-friendly DIY Christmas ornament that's perfect for gifting or stocking stuffers or keeping for yourself. Now this Christmas ornament is beginner friendly and it's affordable and it's made with supplies that you can easily find at a craft store and sometimes at the Dollar Tree. So we're going to talk about the ideas for the cheap and easy ornament here. We're also going to talk about gifts on a budget a little bit. It's just simple holiday crafting for beginners. So if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And do give me a like on the video. Now, this isn't my typical, lifestyle, service dog, and travel videos. I'm concentrating on Christmas right now, which I guess actually that does fit in with the lifestyle videos. And let's see, we've got a couple of people already here. So hi and welcome. Who have we got? Well, we have Spider-Man. Yeah, late tonight. Yeah, a little bit there. I'm having some electric issues. And we've got Lance Trains 94. So welcome to both of you. So what happened is our temperature has dropped where I am, and it has gone way on down. Supposed to be down to 6 tonight, which is highly unusual for us. But then last year we had some crazy cold weather too. So I'm almost afraid to say it's highly unusual for us. But that's what we got. They say that we're looking at a wind chill tonight of about -15, which is kind of scary because I know I'll be going out later tonight with the dogs because they're going to have to take care of business at some point, right? So that's going to happen. But if the power flashes, I now have it on. I'm streaming from my cell phone, so we should be able to stay live. And I've got some lights and everything hooked up onto an alternative electrical source. Basically, we had the 100 amp hour and 200 amp hour batteries from where I did van life. So hopefully in this room, our electricity will stay on now because it's been flashing, and anytime it flashes, wow, there goes the modem. So I think we have that sorted out. And let's see, who else we got here? Busy Lady is here. And she is apparently doing some emojis, which is really cool. I just can't see them on the back end here. That's just how it goes. And I can't make them out from here on the other computer. 10 degrees in Kentucky. Oh, sorry, 19 degrees in Kentucky. Ouch. So you guys are having this super cold weather too, right? Now, did you have super cold weather last year as well? Because we did. My church actually, in January of this year, served as a warming shelter for a while. About, well, I'd say about a week or so. Yeah, we had so many people and campers that, we just had to. And if you are watching this and you are in a camper, this is something that's really good for small spaces. So, RVs, vans, campers, anything that's a small space, because you don't really need a lot for this craft. So, what we're going to need is ornaments, of course, and some sheet music paper. So I just went online, and rather than pay big bucks for special sheet music paper, I just found some stuff online and printed it off. So here we go for that. And some confetti, if you like that, or snow, whichever you like. Scissors. Sometimes you need pliers, so sometimes you don't. It's all about what happens when we go to take the top off of the ornament, and you need some ribbon. So to give you an idea for how much space this little budget craft takes up, oh, and you need a couple of markers. So that's how much space you need for your supplies, so it can just drop into a small tote. You don't need a lot of workspace for this craft. So, which makes it really nice. Let me see here. I got some comments. And I know I was going to show you all how to do the earrings that I've got on, but I had this requested. So I thought I would go ahead and do this, and then maybe tomorrow show you about the earrings. Because what's happened, and some of you all may be following me on Facebook and so forth, and if you are, awesome. But what's happened is, after I took the toys to the long-term recovery group, somebody contacted me saying that they needed stocking stuffers for 19 kids. And these are way up in rural Appalachia. So fortunately, I had a little bit of money that people had donated, Stellar Piper and her friends and a lady named Sandra. And that came in after I dropped off the toys at the long-term recovery group. And these kids are also hit by the hurricane, and their area is pretty much decimated. So I told my friend Stephanie, I said, I've got a little bit of funding, so I'll just spend it while it lasts. And I did. And then they also asked for hygiene items. So they're still at the point where they're still asking for shampoo and soap. So I got a local thrift shop that's associated with a church to sponsor that. So I was able to go out and get full-size shampoos and not these little bitty travel size, because they were able and willing to sponsor that. But as part of that, I told somebody, I said, I want to make, I think, a Christmas ornament that they can put in each child's stocking, but it's got to be inexpensive. And so we're talking, and she's like, please do that video. I want to see it. I need some ideas. I'm on super tight budget because everybody seems to be, this Christmas. So that's why we're doing it. Okay, so up here, we're under a blizzard, could snow 8 inches per hour and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, we're having winds. That's the problem. As part of the hurricane, we still have like trees that are bumping up next to trees, and so when the wind blows really heavily, it's hitting the power lines and making it flash, or can make it drop. And we've got some ice on the trees, and we've got some snow. Not a lot of snow, but fortunately tomorrow the weather's going to be warmer. It's going to be like 37 degrees, so which is not huge, but it should help melt some of this stuff. So I hope that you don't have the problems that we're having. Heading your way. Merry Christmas. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for Christmas because I have enough points for a free hotel room for one night, only one night. So I'm thinking maybe going to the beach, which is several hours from here. But anyway, I got to get through the stocking stuffers first. So let me show you about what I got here. I told you about the music. And then I got this pack of Christmas ornaments. Now, they're kind of small, but there's 24 in the pack. And I didn't want to get big ones for kids. I don't know why. I just wanted to get small. So I've got those. And these were at Hobby Lobby, $8.99. But Hobby Lobby was having this sale. So all the Christmas stuff was half price. So I got this for $4.50. So $4.50 for that, for the 24 ornaments. This, which I printed off on my printer, so however much that costs for 2 sheets of paper and ink for the printer. And then I got the confetti. Now the confetti I'm actually going to use for another Christmas ornament craft, and I'm going to show you that in a few days. I'm trying to hit you with all the last minute gift ideas that I possibly can because there again, people are asking for it. So I want to help where I can because being bodacious is not letting life get in the way of living. And part of that is just, you're living with the hand that you're dealt. And part of it is the financial challenges right now. So this confetti I'm going to use for some of these ornaments. I'm going to show you that. And then I've got 2 other ornaments that I'm going to show you in another video. Or I probably will do a live stream on that. So this confetti was originally $2.99, but I got it for, about $1.50 because it was on half price. So $1.50 and $4.50, which brings me to $6 for this craft for 24 ornaments. So what am I looking at here? Let me see. Let me see if I can do it. I brought my old phone for this. Ding dong. I don't know why you're ding donging. So 6 divided by 24 comes out to 25 cents per ornament. And of course, if you're gifting them to a family, you can do more than one. I need 19 because I did 19 stockings. 2 of those are babies, but that's okay. They still need a Christmas ornament. For 2 of them, it's their first Christmas even. So that's kind of exciting. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, it came up again. I wonder why. I don't know. Anyhow, let me tip the screen down on my laptop here and get it where you can see what I'm doing and I can show you. And if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the chat room, or if you're looking at this later, leave me a comment down below. Okay. Because I really do, like hearing from you, and I like feedback. So if this is helpful, I want you to tell me. And if it's not, I want you to tell me that too. And if there's something else that I can do that will be helpful through Christmas, then let me know. But first, I'm going to tip this screen down. Come on now. Hope you all can see that. I think you'll be able to. But there again, tell me. If I can see you, I'll respond. Oh, hey, Valerie Reese is here. Hi, Valerie. Welcome. And y'all, Valerie has done a bunch of neat stuff for Christmas, so check her out also. Now, these are really super fast. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to cut this into strips. Not wide strips. We're going to go pretty narrow with these. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got some kind of dead area, so I'm going to cut that off. And, honestly, one of the cool things about this particular craft is it doesn't matter what kind of sheet music you use because nobody's going to be singing it. And not in a way that you can read, and you're going to be cutting it into strips. So any kind of sheet music that you already have that you want to copy, go for it. Like I said, nobody's going to be able to tell what it is. So I'm just going to trim some of this off, this extra border. I tried to tighten down the border and it just wouldn't take care of everything, but it did take care of a lot. So just cutting that off. And guess what? If you are not exactly on point with this, it doesn't matter. Okay? I give you permission for you to be a little off-centered or a little crooked or a lot crooked, however it works out for you. Okay, Spider-Man said, I have to take a shower to wash off the bug juice. Ha ha. I got you. Spider-Man's always getting into something. It's from scaling buildings. And if you do have a paper shredder, you can run this through a shredder. But since a lot of people don't, I'm just going ahead with scissors. Something that will make it easier that I forgot to do is gently folding the paper, not a hard fold, but just a light fold. And it's okay that you see that these are a little folded because we're going to be stuffing some of them into the ornaments. And these really do make a cute gift, and you can make, they have larger ornaments and smaller ornaments. Dollar Tree had some for a while. They were a little bit bigger, and of course, 2 for $1.25, which is what they actually were. That's not a bad price. But with Hobby Lobby at half off, I found several things at Hobby Lobby that were cheaper than over at the Dollar Tree. So it kind of depends on what you're shopping for. I got some really cute stocking stuffers over there, I will say, at Hobby Lobby. A lot of people don't think about Hobby Lobby for toys, but they have a really cute toy department, really nice things. And when they're on sale, they're not super expensive. All right, so I've cut these pieces of paper into strips. So yay, that part's done. Y'all, these are really easy and really fast. Now, if you have a hot glue gun, you can use it on this. So I just got these to add to the stocking stuffers. And oh my gosh, Stephanie was the lady who's doing this, it was so excited that we could help with stocking stuffers. Because she was concerned. She has a toy for each child, but she didn't have the stuffers. So when I told her that you all had helped provide the funding, she was like, oh my gosh, y'all made her day. So these little ornaments right there, they are clear. They're slightly iridescent, which is completely fine for this purpose. So we're just gently going to take the caps off. And this is where sometimes you need the pliers to Not so bad when it's coming out, but you have to squeeze this to put it back in, and sometimes you need the pliers for that. Okay, and then all we're going to do is put the paper inside the ornament. And these are small enough that, number one, I'm going to make this a little more narrow, and I'm cut it in half. Now, with these ornaments having music notes on them, they're great for anybody that likes music. And Christmas carols are so much a part of Christmas that alone is and makes it a nice thing to have in here. But I'm going to show you too that you can put the confetti in. And all we're going to do is just keep stuffing it until you like how it looks. So I want to go quite a bit more. And I'm going to show you too what we can do on the outside of the ornament. You're going to see it in reverse, so sorry about that. I'm going to see what happens when I put this longer piece in. It may gum up the works. And when something gums up the works, all it is a mess. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the shorter pieces for the rest of it. Oops, I just heard the power flash. So, all right. If you guys have any tips that you want to share about dealing with super cold weather, go for it. So that's good. But I got some more I want to do. I dropped my mouse. Okay. I just think it needs a little bit more. What do you all think? And smush it down in there. So you can see, I want to hold it up close. Let me try putting the cap back on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze and just slide it in. And it looks like it's going to slide without needing the pliers. It should snap in, which is what just happened. So you've got a little Christmas ornament there with the paper in it. So that's one. That's one. We're going to keep on going here for a minute because I've got several to show you here. And they're going to be kind of different styles, but they're all going to have kind of the same base. And I just want to have something that's in there. We're going to do some writing on the ornaments. And for that, you really need to have something inside the ornament that's just going to add some pizzazz, some background, some color, even though you're going to write on it. And I'm using longer pieces on this one. I hope I don't regret it. But yeah. Valerie said that her tip for dealing with the snow is to take a Caribbean cruise. That would do it. That would do it. You know, I actually checked the weather in Willow, Alaska, and it was warmer today in Willow, Alaska than it was here. So maybe we should go to Alaska to warm up. That could be a possibility. And it is kind of funny. I went a few years ago in February, and I bought all this super cold weather gear. I got the ski bibs, the minus 20 something below on the gloves, and got these super heavy boots that were like minus 25 and so forth. Did I use that in Alaska? No, I did not. Did I use it here? Oh, yeah, bud. The irony, right? First few days of February, and it was warmer in Alaska. Okay, so, whoops, there we go. That's got the paper in it too now. I'm happy with that. Now this I am going to need the pliers for, because I need to pull it out just a little bit. I guess I could do this with my fingers, but it's going to be faster to do it with the pliers. And again, that just keep doing it until it kind of snaps in place. Y'all probably heard that little snap. So there you go. And this one, I am going to put some confetti in it. And of course, you want to be careful with the confetti because it can make a messy, big time mess. Normally, I would have a bowl in here, but I forgot to grab one. So I'm going to try not to make the world's biggest mess. And to help with that, I'm going to put a piece of paper under it. The question is, will it help me make a big mess or prevent a big mess? What do you all think it's going to do? Now, Valerie, you've got some cold weather and snow your way, don't you? And are you feeling better? I lifted you up today in church. Actually, I didn't. I had John do it. Because y'all, Valerie went to Peru. And she got to do some amazing things in Peru. Woo! Cold there too. Okay, so these little confettis, I got them because I thought they were really nice. They're festive. They're blue. And Valerie says it's 18 degrees where she is. And she had a dusting of snow last night. And it closed their church. My husband, at his churches, they just hurried up. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some of the confetti in the ball. Now, of course, if you have fine confetti or if you have fine glitter, that's going to go in a little easier. These I'm having to work with a little bit, but you know, that's okay. They're going to be cute. That's all that matters. I've used that term a lot this Christmas. And that's just the way it is. Okay, it is going to help keep me from making a big mess. Ha, I wasn't sure. And these also have some snow in it. Now, they had some confetti at the Dollar Tree, but it wasn't as pretty. And I think it was like $1.50 too. My bad problem with the shopping, I'm going to put some more in it, but you can see how that adds some sparkles, some pizzazz to the ornament. One thing that I kind of messed up on, but I didn't know, is Hobby Lobby had better stocking stuffers than Dollar Tree. So you just never know. And I was looking for little craft things for the stuffers and some little games and different things there. I'm just going to kind of use this little piece of cardboard as a scoop. And somebody gave me a little bit of a hard time about buying things at Dollar Tree the other day for gifts for the kids. But hey, those gaming headphones that I bought, those gaming headphones were $7 each. Now, you're not going to find gaming headphones anywhere else for $7. So I don't want you to think I went out and got the main Christmas presents for $1, $1.25, $1.50, whatever it is now, because I did not. The little, I got a little praying bear, and she was like, I don't remember, $10, I think. She's electronic. Then they had the noise canceling headphones, and they were 10. And the earbuds that I got, those were 10. So don't think that just because I went to a Dollar Tree, don't think that I only got like $1 items, because I did not. Now these are cute. I want to move some of the, it all went on one side for the little snowflakes here. I don't want that, so I'm using my pliers. Whoops. So there we go. Valerie says she puts socks in the stockings. You know, I think that's wonderful. One of the things that touched me about last year, of course, this was after the hurricane and everything was crazy. But a woman came, and I let her have 3 pairs of socks, which was very unusual for me. But a woman came, and she was there getting Christmas toys and stuff. And she was like, socks. She said, can I have an extra pair? And I was like, well, you know, we can talk about it. And so then she told me why, and I let her have 2 extra pairs. Those socks, she went home and found a gift box, and she gave those as a Christmas present to a foster child who she had thrust upon her right there at the last minute. The toy giveaway was just a couple of days before Christmas. So that really touched me. And so I suggested to the long-term recovery group, I'm like, you have these socks, put them out there and let the parents get a pair. Let them get 2 pairs if they need them. So I think they're gonna do that. Shake that up just a little bit. Okay. Whoops. I don't want to leave that snowflake out. Get back in here. Whoops. I keep trying to scoot over. I think my camera shifted. Get in there. There we go. And again, the cap. And I don't need the pliers for this. Okay, that popped into place. And I am going to leave this one just as it is, so I can show you a contrast here in just a second. I'm buffering. Ow! There's not a lot that I can do with it. It may be because of my phone. We're having some electrical issues. Hold that down. Hopefully I'll quit buffering. Okay, I'm back. Good. Okay, so what I want to do is I've got one kid at least that's very into music, I was told, but I couldn't find any music ornaments at all. So I'm just going to draw on these, and I'm going to draw the music ornaments on here. Did I say music ornaments? Good grief. I meant to say music notes. It's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be heartfelt. And one of the neat things about having the sheet music in front of you is if you forget what the music notes look like, all you have to do is look down. That's all you have to do. And I'm just kind of freehanding this. If you feel like, you ever want to, you can take erase markers and make your outlines and then go back and fill them in. But I'm doing this really quick. I want you to see how it looks without having paper or anything in it. Oh, and the other thing is these ornaments are plastic, so they dry, the pins dry a lot faster. And I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to add some little dots here and there. And you can do this with glitter paint too, if you have that. And if you don't like where you're putting the dots, or if you mess up on one of the music notes, don't worry, don't panic. You can take nail polish remover and it'll come right off. So let me show you the difference here. Okay. So this is without the paper. This is with the paper. And with writing on this, you can't see it. I'm going to keep scooting over here some. You can't see it. So you really need something behind it to make this pop. So we're going to put some more paper in it. Maybe. Got my pliers there. You can do this with tweezers. If you don't have pliers, but you have tweezers, you can do that. So I don't want you to feel like you can't do it just because you may not have pliers, or you may not have pliers that you can find. It's okay. use tweezers. You can use your fingers if you want to. Pretty much anything that you can get in there with. We're going to shove the paper down in there. And if you don't want to have music note paper in it, you can, of course, use plain. It's whatever you like, whatever you think you're going to like, and whatever you think your recipient's going to like, that's what you need to do. Okay. And I've got a couple of people watching here, so thank you for coming in. Please do give me a like on the live stream, please, and don't forget to subscribe. So that's enough with that, and I'm going to put the cap back on gently, gently, gently. Okay. And I don't know if you can tell at home, but you can see the music notes pretty good now. You can definitely tell this is a music ornament, inside and out. So that's a little easier. Another thing that you can do to these ornaments, if you want to drop some paint, you can swirl the paint and have those. Let me see if I can get that happening. You don't need a lot of paint for this. At all. I'm going to throw a couple of dots of blue and a couple of dots of white in here. I just want to show you there's just a bunch of things you can do with these ornaments. This one's stuck on a little bit. I bet it's like, no, don't paint me. That one I had to peel quite a bit off. So make sure you shake up your paint. Always do that, okay? It may not always say to do that, but do that. And we're going to add the blue. Oh, this is sealed. I have not opened this yet, and I thought I did. Hang on. Boop. There we go. Add some blue, and I'm going to add some more white on top of the blue. And then on this, all you're going to do is you're going to swirl it around the inside of the ornament until you get it covered and it's like the way you want it. If you opt for this route, you're going to need to let it dry really good, and you may need to use more paint than what you think you're going to, okay? Just give it a little tap, anything you can do to kind of just get that spread around. I'm going to add just a little bit more color here. And I'll give you a hint. If you're going to put paint inside your white ornaments, you do not need to buy expensive paint. Get the cheap stuff, because it's thinner and it spreads better. You can also add some water to it if you need to, but if you water it down too much, you'll have your colors blending, and that's not what you want. So don't let your colors blend. Because if they blend, they'll all be, in this case, with the white, it would be light blue. And you don't want that for this kind of thing. You want your colors to be distinct. Uh-oh, I hear sirens. That's not good. Now, if you do this where you're just swirling paint around, you don't need to do anything else. You are done at that point. But on this, doing it this way, no two are the same. And I had some exciting news that was kind of fun. I told you all I sent the letters for my granddaughter and a couple of other kids to the North Pole, and they actually received them. So that was kind of neat. You never know how long it's going to take if you do that. So, all right, we're going to put this back in here, and I'm going to do that while my paint is a little bit wet. The reason I'm going to do that while my paint is a little bit wet is because if I scratch the inside of the ornament with the wire portion, I can turn the ornament and twist it and do whatever I need to be able to cover up that scratch. And there is an opening right at the very top of that ornament. So what happens is air can get in there and the ornament will continue to dry and cure. So you don't have to worry too much about mold, because it can still, air can get in there, and that's what you want. But isn't that cute? And that was just putting the paint in there and twirling it around. So that's one style of ornament that you can do using the same ornament, same type of ornament, rather. So that's one you can do. I'm going to put it over here and let it stand up straight. Oh. This one with the glitter is another type of ornament that you can do. You can stuff it with paper, and let the music notes show through. If you want to use colored paper, you can use colored paper. Whatever you think the recipient is going to like, that's the deal there. And you can put the colored paper and then put your music notes. So for that, I used a gold Sharpie. If you would rather, you could take a black Sharpie, and you can always write the date on it. And when I write the date on it, I typically go through and I'll make like a little dot at the top, just wherever the lines would normally connect. I just think it adds a little something. You know, it's kind of make it wingding looking. I'm going to go over this with a second layer. And I'm going to do a little flare on either side. Now, if I knew what their names were, I would put their names on here and they could have it personalized. But I don't know their names. I just know their ages, age and gender. That's what I've got. So those are a few things you can do with the ornaments, and there are tons more, absolutely tons more. You know, and if you're painting and the only thing that you want to do when you're painting is you want to make the ornament white inside, you can do that. No problem. So, like I said, it's all a matter of what you think the recipient is going to like. So, you know, put thought into it. Don't go random. You know, do put some thought behind it, because that's what makes it meaningful. But this craft is something that kids can help with if you have kids. And it's certainly budget and it's certainly easy. I think I'm going to stick some more confetti in here. And I'm going to tip the computer screen up so I can see you. Valerie says that is cute. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, I think they're cute. I think they're super easy. And you know, like I said, the main thing is that you put some thought to it and you do what you think the gift recipient is going to like. Now, another thing that you can do, let me find it. Well, okay. What I was going to say is, if you have someone that, oh, it's got to come down more. What I was going to say is, if you have somebody that likes to travel and you have a tourist map, you can cut that up and slide it into the ornaments. Let me tilt this back up a little bit more. And of course, if you're feeling exceptionally generous or just want to, you can also add dollar bills. You're not going to want to crush those up, obviously, but you can do that, but you're going to need a little bit larger ornament to do that. You're going to want one of the big ones. I mean, this is, oh, I can't get it fixed quite right. Hold on. So there we go. Hopefully that did it. Let's see. Yeah, that's much better. I can see you better. All right, all right. So I'm going to see about bumping something else up here. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay. I want to see if I can, there we go. So the ornaments, you know, they're all about, at least partially about, making use of what you have and not spending a lot of money. Now, you can spend whatever you want to. There's not a store in the world who is going to say, hey, I don't want your money, right? So, you know, you can spend whatever. But this is all about trying to keep it budget and meaningful. Like I said, put some thought into it. Decide what you want to make. Because I think we said what, 25 cents per ornament? Now we can afford that, right? And if you can't, it's like everything else. If you can't afford to do what you want to do with the ornaments, you can see if a friend can go in and help you with supplies. People have also been posting on Facebook. Does anybody have craft supplies that they would like to donate for this project or that project, just to make Christmas happen for each other? You know, Christmas should be a time of year where everybody pulls together. And in my area, I have seen that last year during the emergency and also this year. Now, I didn't expect to be going out and getting toys and stockings and things like that, but people are still struggling after the hurricane. So I was out stockings and toys. So just to give you an update, all right, on what we did for the long-term recovery group, I wound up taking 100 toys, hats and mittens and gloves for 60. Most of those were provided by Valerie's mom, who hand knitted these, and they were so really nice. They're warm, they're thick, they're going to be so helpful like right now. And we did other things too. So the socks from Valerie that they're going to be giving out. And they have teen girls. So I did 15 charm bracelets for the girls. And we did the fishing poles and we did some of the tackle. And I'll tell you, we kind of pulled their butts out of the fire a little bit. They didn't know what they were asking for. They didn't know how many kids. They had just no idea. So what they wound up with was a lot of kids, a lot of toys and items for kids that were 12 and under. They didn't have many baby items. So that's one of the things that we took. And we took 2 baby blankets, hand crocheted baby blankets, which were nice. We walked in with these items and they were so glad when they saw the fishing poles that I took. Well, guess what? They looked at me and said, "That's an answer to prayer." I was like, "What?" And one of the caseworkers had made a note that one of the guys liked to fish, but they didn't have anything fishing. So they had that. We also took 2 tool sets, just your basic ones, Amazon, 39 tools in the set, because I feel like if you're 16 and 17 years old, you may not want toys. And sure enough, the workers there and the volunteer got really excited to see the tools, because people are still, they're putting up pictures and they're still doing things around their home if they have a home, and if they don't, they're putting things like that in storage, so they'll have a few things when it comes time to like fix up their room and things like that. So basically, with us walking in there with those kind of items that you all provided and the headphones. Now, I didn't realize what a big deal the headphones are, but apparently the students are now having to provide some of their own, at least some of their own, for school for language classes. And I did not know that. But we got the headphones over at the Dollar Tree for $5 each. The gaming headphones we got, they were $7. And then some of the little kids were able to get the stuffed animals that I told you were like $5 or $10. I forgot now which. So the total dollar value of everything that we took, including the socks, the value of it came to $8,300, just a little bit more over that. And that's what you all did. Now, I don't have a dollar value yet on the stockings. I have not added up the receipts or anything like that, but I can't tell you yet. But I can tell you that we have 2 to 3 items per stocking. I did the video on it, plus the bar of soap, plus the shampoo. And like I said, those are full size. And I'll do a video on that too. And we're going to have Christmas ornaments. So the last thing that I have to do on these Christmas ornaments is put the ribbon on them. Also half price. So the ribbon, wait a minute. Okay, the ribbon doesn't have a price on it. I think it was $1.50, but it may have been $1. But yeah, not much at all. And for this, got to open the package. I really appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight too. So don't forget to give me a like on the live stream, okay? I got silver ribbon, and you're going to want to get twice as much as what you think you're going to want. So if you need 3 inches, you're going to want to go 6 inches. If you think you want to have 4-inch drop, you're going to need to go an 8-inch drop, because you're going to fold it in half. Whoop. Okay, fold in half, tie a knot on it, on one edge, one end, where the 2 ends join. You're just going to tie a knot there, no big deal. Give it a tug, make sure it's tight. You want it tight. And then just put it through the loop of the ornament. Pull the end that's got the knot. Whoops. Stick it back in there. Okay. So it should look like this. You should have a loop on either side of the hanging loop on the ornament. Poke the knot through the other side of the loop. Give it a little tug. Don't tug too tight, because you'll pull the cap straight off. And there you go. Now, if you really want to, you can add ribbon, you can add a bow. Hot glue for that works great. Or you can just leave it plain. I'm probably just going to leave it plain. I'll have to decide. But yeah, but that's what we got. So these are super easy. In the link of the live stream, counting, bopping up and down to, tilt the camera and so forth. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm just down to the ribbon. So they don't take long at all. And I'm fixing to show you. So on this, I said use double what you think you're going to want. And I'm showing you why right now. So I did not do that. I went about 3/4. By the time I fold it in half and tie the knot in it, that's going to take up space. Okay. Pull the knot as far to the end of the ribbon as you possibly can. Hey, we've got some more watchers in. Hi and welcome. Do give me a like on the video, and we're glad you're here. So dive into the chat. Okay. Right, so I have this length, so I guess about 2.5 inches. But I've still got to put it on the ornament, and that's going to take up space as well, because part of your ribbon is going to stay on both sides, kind of on the ribbon. I'll show you what I mean. And so that's going to take up some more of your ribbon. So here we go. That's as short as I would want to go, because you've got kids that are probably going to put this on the tree since these are going into their stockings. But you can kind of see how on the ornament itself, it goes a little bit on either side. It's not super tight and together, and it's not going to be. You can mash it together all day. It doesn't matter. You're going to have it on kind of spread out there. And when it spreads out, that's just a little bit more ribbon that you need to compensate. So I definitely would not go any shorter than that, okay? I think this length is going to be a lot easier for kids to put on the tree. But you know the people that you're going to be making the ornaments for and giving it to. So if you feel like they want a shorter ribbon, then go ahead and make it shorter. Okay? It's all about the recipient. Don't think to yourself, oh, I like this. This is what I'm going to make. Because you have to put yourself in the shoes of the person that's receiving it. And some people, we're all different. We have a different style. We have different tastes. And that's what you keep in mind. Yeah. Christmas is about being happy. It's about being happy yourself. And it's about doing gifts, whether they're budget DIY gifts or whether you're spending a fortune on a gift. It's all about what you think the recipient's going to want. That's how you're approaching it. So I'm going to do a multitude, not really. I'm going to do the 19 ornaments in 19 varied. I'm not going to say varied. I'm going to do them in different styles. So that way, the person who's going to be picking these up and giving them out and putting them in the stockings will be able to choose more easily what she feels like the child is gonna like, because I don't know the kids and she does. I do know that they're in rural Appalachia, that they've been hit by the hurricane, that there's still not a lot of help there. Okay, some portions Of the Helene hit area, some portions are just getting more attention, more funding, and more everything than others. So this is an area where they're saying there's just not a lot that's coming in to help. So that makes what we're doing even more important. So hope that kind of makes you feel good. I don't know how many kids we've touched this year just with the YouTube channel. The long-term recovery group, I took the toys in. I took 100 toys in, and I did 60 of the hats and gloves. And what Valerie's mom didn't knit, I bought to supplement, and they asked for 60 of those. So I feel like we did at minimum 60 for the long-term recovery group, and then another 19 for these kids that are getting stockings. So that's what, almost 60, almost 80, 79. Plus we've got the babies that we help. So yeah, we did good this Christmas, you all. Pat yourselves on the back. Because we did good. And I was not planning on doing Christmas this year at all. Not that kids don't deserve it. They absolutely do. But I was not planning on doing Christmas because I thought that the area had kind of moved beyond that. So I'm glad that we were here and that we could help. But I'm also a little frustrated that we haven't been able to move beyond that, if you know what I mean. But that's just the way life goes. So next year, hopefully, will look a little bit better for the kids. And there was a couple of other toy drives that the kids could have gotten into, but the parents had to be able to take off from work to go register their kids for the toy drives. And right now, they need every bit of money that they can get on their own so they can keep the roof over their heads, because they're having to pay for a place to stay and make the mortgage payment, and that adds up. So to try to help them, that's why the long-term recovery group, and that's why this person is doing Christmas. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to do it next year, but you never know. Something I think, and I kind of want y'all's input on this, and you can email me if you don't want to put it down in the chat room, or if you're seeing this later. Something I think that would be really good if we as a channel, and if all of my social media wants to hop on this, turkeys. To give them some food, give them some turkeys. This is a poor, economically depressed area. I've talked about it before. We lost our major employer. Now we have lost one of our grocery stores, which was, I think it's our third, fourth largest employer, other than the school system and the prison. So we've lost that. We've lost some not spin-off, but we've lost some other businesses and so forth. And we're having people that are asking for food. So what we did last year that people really seemed to appreciate was we did the toy giveaway and we did turkeys. And I wound up getting a phenomenal price on those turkeys. Oh my gosh. I got last minute Food Lion special, and they wound up being, we paid like $8 or $10 a turkey last year for Christmas. And we did get it, we have the tax number with the church, so I'm sure they would let us use that again. So that might be something we might talk about for next year for Christmas. And you can let me know what you think either by email or leaving the comment. I don't anticipate that the area is going to pick up the jobs anytime soon. And that's just kind of, kind of the way it is, just because it was so economically depressed already. So, and the kids, oh my gosh, they spent so much time trying to make up for what they lost in the schools last year because they were out of school for 74 days. So they've been playing catch up. It was just one of those things, they couldn't help but be out because of the weather being so bad and the impact of the hurricane. So, all right. So on the ornaments, going back to this, on the ornaments, all I'm doing is putting on these, I'm just putting the confetti in there. I like the way it looks. And I'm going to do some larger ornaments in a day or two, probably on a live. I don't know what time. Trying to hit different time zones. So there you go. There's the snowflake confetti. And again, we're just going to put the cap on it. And when we do, we're going to make sure that it kind of clicks. And that's how you know it's in place good. Now this one I had to open it up a little bit, so I'm going to have to smash that down just a little bit. There you go. And you all, it should be fixing to seat down. Did you all hear that click? Hey, busy ladies in the house. Hi, busy. Welcome. So there you go. And we're going to do the ribbon, the ribbon, the ribbon. I'm going to eyeball the ribbon. Ah, hello. I'm being bombarded. Hi. So we have Sir Fluffy and Pipsy who have joined us. Hello. Do not eat my tree. Do not eat my tree. There you go. Did somebody just call you? Yeah, he opened the door and came on in.
All right. Okay, don't let him knock everything over. Come on,
I'm holding the tree.
All right, out. Come on. Come. Don't look at me like that. Come.
It's okay, Smokey.
Good
Go
boy.
with him.
Good boy. Good.
Okay.
Come. Your mouse is on the floor. Sorry. Come.
All right. Hopefully, fix it where he can't open it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to have to pick up the mouse because I can't see a thing on the screen. Sorry about that, you all. My husband, they've been in the crate, some with my husband being there watching him, and I don't know what happened there, but I will tell you that one of the things that you get into when you have service dogs, and I'm really sorry about them barging in, but Sir Fluffy he knows how to get out of his crate, and you wouldn't think that he would be able to because his paws are so large, but he keeps hitting the door until it wiggles and that bar just finally jiggles and gives way. So it's like once he learned how to do that, I've been in so much trouble. And with the doorknobs, he's tall enough that he just reaches up, puts his mouth on the doorknob, jiggles it a couple of times, turns it, whatever it is, and then boom, he's in the room with you, as you just saw. So sorry about that, you all. Let me get this mouse so I can actually see you. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's such a mess. Oh, I think he broke it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe so. But wouldn't you just know? Okay. I don't know what just happened. Anyhow, are we still live? Yes, it says we are indeed live. So, okay. Does this look all right? Yeah. Fortunately, I have an extra mouse. So, anyhow, that's just kind of some of the things you get into with service dogs. So, I didn't intend to be this to be a service dog live stream, but sometimes, hey, it may have worked better for it to be a service dog live stream. I don't know. But anyway, we'll take it one step at a time, right? Hopefully the black screen is better now. Valerie's saying black screen. Okay, she says I'm back. Yeah, I think when he knocked the mouse against the wall there, it damaged it. But that's okay. I love him anyway. Now, Valerie actually got to meet Sir Fluffy. Privileged person. So, yeah. He's a sweet dog, but oh, he's a mess. So what I'm going to do is possibly on the dogs is I may rename Pipsy Hot and rename Sir Fluffy Mess. And that's just because the two of them are a hot mess when you put them together, as you all saw. But anyway, going back to the ornaments, going back to where we were. Oh my stars! But they're sweet. They're both sweet dogs. Now, Sir Fluffy has not learned to alert yet, but he's a huge help when it comes to mobility. So, now, I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you all about falling in the yard the other day? Because what happened was I was out with the dogs, taking them to take care of business. And I thought, well, I'll just be nice to Sir Fluffy. And I have a nylon strap that I put them on when they're outside. And I thought, well, I'm going to put Sir Fluffy on the nylon strap. He's only on it when I'm with him or when my husband's with him. This is not like a cable and people tying their dog up outside. That's not the case, okay? So I thought, well, I'm going to put him on the nylon strap for a little bit and let him run and play because it was when we had snow the other day. So I put him on that and he takes off flying across the backyard and he goes across the trail and he breaks the nylon strap. So I'm like, okay. And I'm moving as quickly as I can, which is not very quick with my leg, and put my foot on the strap. So he pulls back a little bit, and I'll be darned if it didn't break again. So now I have a dog who is off the strap in the woods, and he's running. And I'm like, I can't keep up with him. So I yelled at him, right? And he stops running and he kind of ambles over to the right and starts sniffing. Now, is he coming? No. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm envisioning the worst thing possible. So I take several steps forward, bam, fall, hit the ground. I'm on my knees. It's snowy. It's wet. I am soaked from my knees down and I can't get up. So my husband was there, fortunately, so he could help me. But I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why I need a service dog. So I yelled at him, Sir Fluffy, and he turned around, saw me on the ground, and came straight to me like a demon possessed. Came over, stood steady, balanced me as I got up. My husband's helping me up, and he balanced me, and then he just stayed with me the whole way back to the house, just like running off had never happened. So I feel pretty fortunate for that. Not for the fall, but fortunate that he came running back. And he was just like, really, just like a demon possessed. I mean, he was barreling. So, yeah, that's a good sign. Things like that means the bonding is working. And he helped me at the store when I was off shopping for the 19 stockings. So proud of us for doing those, you all. So proud of us. And then I think that the thrift shop that's associated with the church that sponsored the soaps and the shampoos, I think they're going to be tickled because I was able to get a deal. And I came in for under budget compared to what I had talked to them about. And I think they're going to be happy with that too. So they'll have a little bit more, all of the proceeds from that thrift shop go back into the community. So that's just a little bit more that they'll have to be able to stretch what they do with. But not family, Dollar General store had shampoo for $2 a bottle. Wanted to get it all at Walmart. Walmart didn't have 19 bottles of shampoo in the cheap stuff, and I definitely can't afford $3 or $4 for a bottle of shampoo when I'm buying for 19 kids. Dollar Tree had some, but because I went everywhere trying to check prices on this stuff, but went to the Dollar General store, didn't see what I wanted, but I had to pick up some stuff for myself. And what happened was it triggered a coupon for $10 off a purchase of $40 or more. And get this, the shampoo that I was buying was $2 a bottle, and I needed 19 bottles, and I needed some soap. So I went back out to the car when I saw the coupon, drove to the other Dollar General in town and got the shampoos and saved the money on those. So, yay. But if I hadn't had to go and pick up stuff for myself, I would never have known. So, I was excited about that. Very excited. Because when you're buying 19 of a product, you really need that extra oomph. Plus, everybody needs to save money right now anyway. We're all on a budget. That's why I think the DIY crafts are so important, so helpful. And I just remembered that where I made the candle holder the other day, I've got some stickers left. So I'm not going to go and hunt those down right now because heaven only knows where they are. But I can put the stickers on some of these ornaments too. And I just need 19 ornaments, and there's 24 in the box. So I may wind up using some of the ornaments for gift tags. I don't usually do that, but I don't see why they wouldn't work. Do you all? And Valerie says, no. Okay, yep. Let's see. Yep, I'm special. There you go. So yeah, I may do some of that, using them as gift tags. Because I've got a couple of more gifts that I just want to get. And since I'm going to have extra, why not? But I want to do something for the folks who are doing the recovery work from an organization called UMCOR. Now, UMCOR stands for the United Methodist Committee on Relief. They have come in, they have provided case managers, they are helping to coordinate volunteers, and since they've come in, it's just been a big help. Now, I don't know how long they're staying, but they got it organized, they've gotten us started, and there's only like three or four. So I think I'm going to go to the store yet again. I think I'm going to buy some little tumblers and just put candy in them. Nothing much. I would make earrings or bracelets for them, but I don't know what to do for the guy. Most guys don't wear earrings around here. So I think just buying the tumblers, putting some candy in them, a little note probably that says, hey, we appreciate you. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I just messed up. I just shredded this. Oops, that's not going to work. Fortunately, I got more than one roll of ribbon. Yay! Because I figured I would need a couple. And if I have craft stuff left over, you can always save it till the next year or post it on Facebook and pass that blessing along if it's something that you're not going to use. I know here, like I said earlier, everybody for Christmas has been posting, do you have this craft supply? Do you have that craft supply? Is there yarn? Things like that. So they've all been posting, or not all, but there have been a lot of posts about that. So okay, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you all for putting up with the dogs barging in. I'm sorry about that. Maybe you can kind of think of it as a comedic moment. We're going to hope. And if you are just now joining us, or if you join the live stream as a replay, when you get to this point, please go ahead and give us a like on the video if you haven't already done so. And subscribe. So you can follow all of my lifestyle, travel, and service dog adventures. And of course, lifestyle includes the DIY products, the cheap Christmas gifts. I do have a video that I did the other day that I have not had time to put together yet, but it was on our local parade. That was a lot of fun. And it was free, except for the money you spend. So if you all are looking for cheap activities for Christmas that are, cheap family-oriented activities, if you have access to any kind of group that's putting a parade together for Christmas, whether it's small or large, go and have fun. The only thing is, like I said, watch your spending. I wasn't going to spend anything. I promised my husband I wasn't going to spend anything. So, of course, what happens? I saw a vendor, and it was a spice and herb vendor. And yeah, I bought some. Which, if you're going to do cheap ornaments and you want to do something along that lines, I forgot to mention this. I should have. One of the things you can do if you're doing ornaments, and I would not do it on these personally at this moment because these are for children, but you can take some cloves, break a cinnamon stick apart, throw some cloves in it, put a dehydrated orange, some things like that, and drop it in to the ornament. Those are pretty. If you have potpourri, you can drop those into the ornament, and that's pretty. If you have Epsom salts, you can put Epsom salts in the ornaments, and it looks like snow. Those are some things that aren't super expensive. I saw some potpourri at, I want to say it was the Dollar General, and it was like $2 for the bag of potpourri. And that potpourri, if you're getting the ornaments this size, it's going to do all your ornaments, I am sure. Because this was a package of 24. No. I hear something at my door. It sounds like something with very big paws. So we'll see. I may get barged into again. We'll see. Okay. He got into a little bit of trouble the other day. I'm talking about Sir Fluffy. And I had just stepped into, he's fast. So I had just stepped into the living room, and I'll be darned if the dog in that length of time didn't jump up and put his paws on the table. So guess what happens? Pipsy barks at him. And I'm like, yay. So even in the dog world, they'll sometimes tell on each other. That's like siblings that are kids, I know I couldn't get into as much trouble as I wanted to when I was a kid because of my sibling. Because he liked to tell on me. That's what siblings do. So, okay, on this one, I just put straight white in it. There's none of the blue snowflakes. With these being acrylic, another thing that you can do if you have glue. Okay, this is. There we go. If you have glue, what you can do with the snowflakes is glue them on, since they're acrylic, use your white Elmer glue, white Elmer's glue, and then after you get them glued on, and give them like 24 hours to cure, okay? So after you have the Elmer's glue and you've glued your snowflakes on. Why couldn't I think of that word? So, oh, Valerie's going to go. Okay, Valerie. Thank you for coming in. It is good seeing you. Everybody, if you haven't checked out Valerie's channel and you want to see about her trip to Peru, go check out Valerie's channel. Valerie Reese is all about the adventure, and it's cool. So, on these, you can glue them down. Give them 24 hours to cure, okay? Don't rush the process. Then after they have cured and after they're down pretty well, then come through and put a couple of coats of either Mod Podge, white glue, or you can use nail polish. So one of those three. My top recommendation is Mod Podge. Second recommendation is white glue. And then nail polish if that's what you've got and you've got to. But yeah, you can glue those on there. So I've got, how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. This is the one that I poured paint into. So I only have 12 left to do. And that is okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back on this one and do my paper strips, my music paper strips. And then these ornaments will look like these. And they're musical. And I'm just going to put them in here. I printed off the paper and cut them into strips. If you have a paper shredder, you can do it that way. So I just printed it off, cut it into strips. I'm taking the tops of the ornaments off. Now, these are not special craft ornaments. It's just the way it worked. Okay. So putting it down there. Some of them you may need to cut in half, and that's okay. I'm fixing to do that right now. So I give you permission. Because we've got a couple more people in here. So hi and welcome. Do go ahead and give me a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm just putting these in here, kind of stuffing them in a little bit, but stuffing them in lightly. And these are good for anybody that you're getting a gift for and you just need a little something. These are good for music lovers. They don't have to be fancy. Whoops. I've got some of them in on top of each other, and I don't like that look. I'm going to try to break them apart here. You do want to be careful because these ornaments are acrylic. And so if you take the scissors and you hit them too much, you're going to make scratches. And you don't want scratches. Scratches are not good. So don't make scratches. Right? And again, I'm just kind of shoving these in there. What matters is that you can see the music notes on the paper. It does not matter what type of music you use, what name, if it's copyright free or whatever. At least I don't think it matters if it's copyright free. They're not going to see it. You're not going to see what's playing here. So, all right. So there's that one with the music notes in it. I'm going to put the lid back on it. And when I put the lid on it, it's going to snap into place. And you want to hear that snap. If it doesn't snap into place, then the cap may not be on it good. So I don't know if you heard that. I'm going to pull it back out and then back down. So hopefully you heard that little snap, that little pop. Okay. So that's one, or another one, I should say. These are a lot of fun. And they're going for a good cause, which helps make it even more fun. So for those of you who've just come in, that's one of the ones with the music notes, the music paper. I've done the confetti. You can put glitter in them. You can put Epsom salts, all kinds of things like that. I'm going to swirl another ornament just to show you. Oops. Because that turns out really pretty. So I want to show you how this is done since you're here and you didn't get to see it earlier. So first things first, shake your paint. Always shake your paint. I don't care if it tells you to or not. Always shake your paint. Try to make sure that the paint you're getting is not the little tubes that don't have the flip top lids, because you want that. You want the flip top lids for this. So go ahead, kind of twirl it around a little bit as you're dripping the paint inside, and you will use more paint than what you think you should or what you think you're going to, and that's okay. I got a big white because it's pretty much going to be kind of my base color here. If you mix this with water, be careful, because what's going to happen is if you mix too much water into your paint, it's going to be too thin, and you're going to wind up with blue. It's probably going to be a pretty pale blue, but it's not going to be what you'd envisioned. I'm going to put just a little bit more paint in here because I can already tell I'm going to need it. I still may need more, and if I do, that's okay. And at this point, all I'm going to do is take it and roll the paint around inside the ornament. You want to do this over paper or plastic or something, because it's going to drip just like that happened. And if you don't put it over paper, you're going to make, or plastic, then if you don't do that, you're going to have a real mess on your hands. We got enough messes to deal with at Christmas. We don't need to add to it, you know. And just swirl it around. This is not the fastest thing to do, okay? It takes a hot minute. Again with the paint. Now, this paint that I am using at this moment came from Walmart. This white paint that I'm using, about to use, came from Dollar Tree. And it's okay to use inexpensive paint. You want it to be a little thinner. You just don't want it to be so thin that it mixes together. It makes a real pretty swirl pattern. Now, you want to make sure that the paint dries inside. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it, okay? And I'll show you in just a minute. You want it to dry, but you want it to also be wet when you go to put the lid on it because it's got the little wire pieces. If you scratch the inside of the ornament while it's wet, then you can just tip and turn and swirl that ornament and cover up any scratch marks that you made. If you wait till it's dry and until it cures, you're not going to be able to do that. So there you go. And that is that. But I don't want you to worry about having air not getting into it because at the very top of that ornament, you see the dark area there? Well, guess what? That's a vent and it will let air inside. So there you go. So now that I have paint all over my hands, I am going to just give it a rest. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ornaments. So I have 10 more to go. I am going to let these cure and sit up for a little bit and then decide what I want to do with the rest of them. Yeah, I don't know. So there's the blue and white. There's the music notes. That's where I wrote 2025 on it. And there's the music notes with the music note paper. Fast, easy, cheap. Use them as gifts. Use them as tags on your gifts. Lots of great uses. So if you're looking for a budget DIY Christmas craft for Christmas stockings or little gifts, it doesn't get a whole lot easier or a whole lot less expensive. So thank you all so much for watching. Go out, be bodacious, have a great and amazing day. Stay warm if you're in a spot like me where it's going to snow. And I'll see you on the next video. So make sure you subscribe, like, share. You know the drill. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.